This week I made the Saturday Night Live Cartier spinner, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it. Hi everybody, welcome back to the City Aperture channel. My name is Jose. I go by City Aperture. And this week I made a spinner. I've made a previous spinner before. I'll put a card to that video. So yeah, last time I made, and I'll show you guys, I made this Deadpool spinner out of a spare part, right? See right there. So this week I decided to make the Saturday Night Live Cartier spinner. I don't know if you guys have seen the skit. I watched it months ago at this point. I don't know exactly when it aired. I'll put some images of the spinner and from the skit in the video here. I'll also add a link up above, probably on this side, to the skit itself. Just a video on YouTube for the skit. But yeah, in the skit they show this spinner from Cartier, and it's, give you a better look at it. And it's, there's a whole joke behind it. I thought it was a funny skit. I decided to make it, one, because I thought it'd be fun, and it's a different kind of spinner, and two, because I have a whole bunch of this bejeweling gems left over from when I made that championship belt. I'll put a link up here as well for that video. Yeah, but I had a bunch of this. I was like, let's make a spinner. So I decided to make it two ways, though. We're gonna make it two ways. I 3D printed one, right? So this is a 3D printed model, and I went and I bought a spinner from the store and converted it. So we're gonna end up with two of them to be one of the Cartier spinners. We're gonna start with the 3D printed one, because I had to find a file. The biggest difference you're gonna see is that if you look at it closely, and I'll show photos, but you can see the edge condition. In one of them it's rounded, right? Here is rounded, here is flat. So this is truer, the 3D printed one is truer to the one from the skid. But this is easier if anybody wants to make it from a existing 3D spinner. You can just do that. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get started with how I made it. First thing I did is found a model in Thingiverse. I looked through a lot of spinner models in Thingiverse, and I found the one that's closest. So this is the closest one. I printed it. So the first step after printing was cleaning it up. It was a quick cleanup. The next step was to sand it smooth. And there was a lot of filling and then sanding again, and sprayed it with some filler primer. That's the gray that you see. And then sand it again. The second way we're going to do this is with a spinner I bought at the store. I bought this at Michael's. You can buy it anywhere. I think they even sell them in 7-Eleven now. Just a regular hole. I bought a white one because I think it'll be easier to paint. Yeah, so it's just a whatever spinner. Good for at work. It's cool. At home. Whatever. So so we're going to take it apart as much as we can. The bearings at the end, which aren't really bearings if you look at it closely, they don't spin at all. They're just a cast metal of some kind. So we're going to take all those out. They'll push right out. Just like that. The middle bearing, and you'll notice it still spins. We are gonna this will pry. You just want to pry it a little bit at a time, just like that. See? The two pieces just sort of fit in together that way. We're gonna paint this guys as well, and we'll glue it back together when we're done with it. And you can see how little the actual bearing is. It's a really small, tiny bearing in the middle, which is what lets it spin. That one doesn't come out as easily, so I think we're just gonna leave that one in and we'll tape over it when it's time to work with it. But there you go. So now it's ready for, we'll just set this guys aside. And it's ready for sanding and painting. Then I sanded the thing. I needed a little sanding. If it's white, I purposefully bought white, but I gave it a quick light sanding so it would take paint better. Then I painted them both. I painted them with this gold paint I have. After painting, I sealed both of them with just a polyurethane spray can. And then the last step was just to bejewel the thing. So there you guys go. That's how I made these two spinners. You got the store-bought one and the 3D printed one. They both spin fairly well. They're kind of cool. I'll have videos. I'll put some videos on here of it spinning. The thing about them though is, why make two for double the price when you can make three for 3 times the price? I actually bought 2 of the store-bought ones because I didn't know how well it would receive paint and I wanted to test stuff. So I ended up with 3 of these things. 3 of them. I don't need 3 of them. I'm gonna keep the 3D printed one for myself and for my wife. She kind of likes it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give away one of the store-bought ones. So if you want it, leave a comment, leave any comment, whatever. It could be whether you like this, you think this sucks, whatever it might be. But then you'll automatically be entered to win this. And this third one, I'm gonna put on my Etsy store sometime over the weekend. So if you're watching this when this came out, in July 2017, you have a chance at going to the Etsy store and buying it from there. And that's it, yeah, so that's how I made the Saturday Night Live Cartier spinner. Hopefully you like this. If you like this, please subscribe. I'll have more videos coming soon, so subscribe and follow the channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.
If you guys like this project, then maybe you'll enjoy the podcast that I do with my 2 colleagues, Claudia and Ray. We discuss purpose-driven design, making, and manufacturing. We talk about architecture. We talk about all sorts of making. We have a project of the week. So yeah, please check it out. Again, it's called The Made Podcast. Thanks so much.